All right, back again with another OU tournament replay. We've got Ivan versus Alex. As usual, I just give like a kind of play by play. Um, I'm watching this for the first time as I'm recording, so I'm kind of going like off the cuff a bit, but definitely I think this is insightful for newer players and just any people at any level to kind of watch and see like a replay and just like a turn by turn analysis of everything. But this is the OU tournament Central. If you're not in Central, definitely join. We trying to get back to doing OU and VGC tournaments every week. Hopefully we can get back to doing them every single night. But this is a replay from the recent tournament and it's Ivan versus David. And if you saw one of my other vids, he's using that same team Hill, and Alex is obviously bringing a rain team. So we got some weather wars going here. But Ivan's got Lando, Arctovish, Auroras, Moltres, Magearna, and Porygon 2. Alex has, I don't know if I call him Alex or David. I'm just going to say Alex. Let me hopefully try to maintain that. Pelipper, Kabutops, Excadrill, Torn T, Tapu Koko, and Ferrothorn. So, obviously, I think for both teams, it's gonna be kind of tough. But pretty tough against each other with the opposing weathers. But for leads, I would have to say that maybe Ivan leads with his Magearna, and David, obviously since it's rain, leads with his Pelipper. Um, yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Tapu Koko's probably carrying Thunder. This has Hurricane because of the weather boost from rain. But let's go get started. Let's see, was I right about the leads? Okay, yeah, Magearna. Because Magearna is the one thing that kind of the team doesn't really deal with too well. But leading with Ferrothorn is kind of like that counter lead is very good. And then Moltres comes in, goes for a knockoff, knocks off the heavy duty boots, which is clutch. That's what pretty much made Moltres OU. Goes into his Pelipper, Mystical Fire, gets that drop, but even still, like nothing really wants to. His best bet might have been Porygon too, or wait, he changes the weather with hail. So yeah, that's what I meant before about it's going to be weather wars and kind of making things difficult. So preserving his Auroras here is definitely like pretty clutch. Goes into Moltres, and it's going to be kind of one of those games of just positioning. It's going to take like a sack to really kind of get in good or just like a really smart play. So he's going to go for Defog here most likely. Oh no, he goes for Mystical Fire, gets that drop. I personally would have went for Defog just because Pelipper is obviously coming out. Yeah, because staying in here. Okay, so he kind of got lucky that he went for Hurricane instead of like Weather Ball or Scald or something. But I wouldn't have stayed in. Yeah, that was pretty close because he could have easily just put on a lot of pressure. Tapu Koko comes out. I mean, easiest thing to do is go for Thunder. Oh, he goes for Dazzling Gleam. Okay, that was a smart play on Alex's part. Does that, goes into Magearna to kind of sponge that up, and he's probably going to click Volt Switch here because I'm assuming the Tapu Koko is probably Specs. Yeah, please go for Volt Switch to pivot out. Okay, he tricks. Okay. Yeah, so he gave Toxic Orb to Ferrothorn, so it's kind of the same process, but he at least has the Tapu with what's it called? Rocky Helmet. So now he goes back there, and I think now hopefully he learned from like the last turn and he'll click defog. Defog immediately. Yep. And now to go into oh, the rain's over anyway, so that was actually pretty clutch there. I wouldn't have stayed in. Honestly, going into Porygon 2 would have been better because with Teleport, he positions himself a lot easier because now his Moltres is kind of whittled down and he needs to be in front of Ferrothorn to actually recover. But he recovered here and he took that Hurricane damage well, I suppose, but it's not worth the risk. Like that Moltres should not be staying in. Yeah. I guess he's trying to stall it out, but losing your defogger that early is not good. So he U-turns, catches that, gets that Rocky helmet damage off. So that was a good play there. He goes into Kabutops. I think Magearna can probably take any one hit. Changes up the weather, which is good though. But yeah, that was the weather change was good, but against Kabutops, no, because he pretty much dies. So the weather war this has pretty much been won by rain. He goes Ferrothorn, which kind of just really handles that well. But at 30%, that's actually so he can click it again. Ah, so it looks like it might have been a high roll that first time. That sucks. Um, Definitely go for Fishious Rend again. I mean, nothing wants to switch into that. Well, it dies to Hill, goes into Pelipper, changes the weather. Um, ooh, yeah, that did a lot. So I'm guessing that thing might be Bandit. Goes to Kabutops. He can honestly stay in because I think that it resists. Oh, that crit. Yeah, that hurt. That really was unfortunate because he could have killed it with a Fishious Rend. Porygon 2 comes out. He gets Swift Swim, but it doesn't really matter too much. Well, against Excadrill, maybe. I mean, if he goes for Ice Beam or okay, he goes for Toxic, but if he's got Ice Beam, that really does help out a lot. No foul play, so that's more beneficial to a degree, but gets a Toxic off on Porygon 2, which puts the Porygon 2 on a timetable. I mean, on a timer. I mean, gets the Earthquake off, which does nothing really. Teleports out, and that's what I meant earlier by having Teleport on the Porygon 2 would have really changed this game so much because it allows for easier pivoting. Goes to Torn. Weather Ball? Okay. Oh yeah, because Ivan is running a special Landorus. Goes into Magearna, which can eat up a Hurricane. Well, unless he gets confused, then that's just unfortunate. Yeah, so he forfeited this one. I think he kind of realized it was an uphill battle, but I mean, definitely with some things played differently, it would have he could have won that game. But time for round two, and were allowed to change teams. Ivan stuck with the same team again. Let's go slow and music off. I'm guessing this might be Semi's son a bit, but I don't see. I don't know. I'm kind of confused. It looks like maybe David tried to counter team a bit because no, I don't know. It's a weirdly composed team, but we'll see how it goes. Rocksetter is most likely going to be Hippo. Heatran, I want to say, is probably going to be Scarf, and then probably Bandit Kartana, and then D Dance on the Dragonite. And then, I mean, Ivan's at the same team. For leads, maybe Kartana just for that instant pressure, or either Heatran. But let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so he leads Hippo. He goes Auroras. How does weather work here? Okay, so it's the last one that comes out that sets the weather. So immediately gets rid of that hail. He gets up Ice Rocks. I mean, Stealth Rocks. Imagine if there were Ice Rocks, but gets an Earth Power off. Lava Plume doesn't really do much to Auroras, but he gets the burn off. So I think the best thing here is to probably switch out. He goes to his Mandy, which was a good play there to kind of catch that Earth Power and then still get off some of that burn damage. But Mandy comes out to go for. I personally would have defogged there. But I mean, getting off heavy duty boots does really help out so much. But he's kind of neither one can effectively kill the other. Because I'm assuming that Mandibuzz is probably Spadef. You turns out he gets the burn. Whenever I run like Flame Body Moltres, I never burn anyone. He sends out his Hippo. Okay, so Hippo's not Sandstream, which is weird. So I'm guessing it's Sand Force, or that might have been a mistake. But he gets off the defog. I mean, if Hippo, this is one of the things where I know people hate Toxic, but these are one of those times where having Toxic is pretty clutch because it puts opposing mons on a timer. Well, I mean, I'm wrong. Stone Edge kills here, but definitely having toxic on some of your bulkier mons can put opposing bulkier mons on a timer, which is great to have. So you get some Rocky Helmet damage off on Arctovish. Personally, I wouldn't have let Hippo die there just because of Lando still exists. Maybe Mandibuzz might have been a better switch in, but it depends on if it's banded or not. But Torkoal comes out. Nothing really wants to take that Lava Plume. Well, Aurorus takes it a little bit, but still nothing. It's not advised because it puts his his Hail Inducer on a timer. He goes Mandibuzz. Blizzard did a lot, and that is a dead Mandibuzz. Oh, he's Overcoat. Yeah, so Overcoat kind of came in clutch there. Goes for Blizzard, knocks out the Torkoal. Um, Honestly, not sure. Maybe Heatran here. If it, I'm assuming the Heatran's gonna be Scarf. Oh, Flash Fire. So that sucks. Porygon with the clutch trace. So he's got to switch out. Goes to Kartana. And teleports out. Probably Lando here. Yeah. The counterplay is to go back into, well, not really, because Mandibuzz doesn't really want to do that. But D-Knight coming in is pretty good too. Goes for Weather Ball. He resists it. Now let's see what this Dragonite's going to do. If he, yeah, if he D-dances here, D-dance, E-speed. What is? I think at +1 for Dragonite, he can really handle Arctovish. Gets a Fire Punch off. Dual Wing Beat. 1, 2. Weather Ball here. Yeah, and Weather Ball knocks out D-Knight. Okay, so once again, this is the special lander is coming in clutch, I suppose. Kartana comes out. Sacred Sword doesn't really do much here. Goes into Heatran. Uses Pain Split, but I mean, Heatran at this, well, if he goes into his Porygon 2 here, so this is where the mind games kind of come into play. You should expect the Porygon 2 and go for like Earth Power. And it goes for Eruption again. Okay. He's probably going to go into Kartana. That's the only safe switch in. Okay, Mandibuzz. I guess he's willing to sack the Mandy here. Oh, never mind, because Hail doesn't do any damage, but still, it's... I personally would have went Kartana, but he did have to fear foul play a bit, so it is a kind of tricky situation. Tran comes back out. Goes for Cannon. Yeah, this is... so he loses Heatran here. That sucks. But the thing here now is if that is Scarf Kartana, then he might have just won. However, yeah, it looks like he won by having Scarf Kartana. Because it just clicks Sacred Sword and gets a boost every single time. And it's too fast for Arctovish. And Magearna can't take that hit anymore. Magearna would have been the better... Oh no, Magearna's worn down. Yes, that late game sweep. It went from... That is honestly a good turnaround. He turned around a 5-1 game because of Scarf Kartana. Because I'm not sure if Porygon 2 would have been able to take a +1 Sacred Sword. If it did, that would have been a different game because clicking Foul Play would have maybe killed Kartana. I'd have to run calcs, but I think it might have been able to take that. But GG, I mean, Alex came back. Interesting teams for both. But, and usually Ivan's one of our VGC guys, and he almost always makes it to the finals in VGC. But good to see two people battling out and seeing somebody that plays in a different meta battling an OU. And I mean, I would always say vice versa. But let me know what you guys think. Any input you might have had. Drop a like, subscribe. I mean, all the other fun stuff, and join Central for tournaments. I mean, definitely come join in on the competitive action and have some fun. But as always, have a good day.